Today I'll be reacting to the Trump deploys National Guard as anti-ICE protesters seize downtown LA. I'll be reacting to that. There's a lot going on in LA. It's nasty out there, man. Hopefully everybody gets home safely and the people are they well, man. But that's like a horrible situation. I can't really front. I'm seeing a lot of families being broken up. They're taking workers. Um, but I think from what I can really see is this is what they asked for. This is what they wanted. This is what they voted for. They voted for Trump to come into here and do this. They voted for it. You know what I mean? And this is what you voted for. As a group, as a group, black people, African American people, or people that's, under that on their voting, we voted 80% against mass deportation. 80% we voted against mass deportation. Hispanics for Trump, Cubans for Trump. This is what y'all asked for. Y'all brought this on your own community. We told y'all. We showed y'all. We told y'all. Y'all didn't want to recognize history. And now you're getting what you asked for. Mass deportation. In this case, do I feel that Trump is wrong for breaking families up, for kids that's being maced or gassed or beaten? Of course, I feel bad for that. I feel bad anytime I see any people, any human beings being treated in that fashion. Any human beings being treated in that fashion. However, is Trump wrong? Trump ain't wrong. Trump told y'all exactly what he was going to do. He told you exactly what he was going to do once he got into the office. He's doing a lot more than what he actually said. But he told you exactly what he was going to do when he got into office. He told you what he was going to do. And he's doing it. Right? Now check it. Cubans for Trump. Cubans in Florida went for Trump 70%. 70% of Cubans in Florida was 70%. Nationwide, 54% of Cubans went for Trump. The Supreme Court just approved that Trump can deport 500,000 Cubans. Cubans first. People that were here for humanitarian efforts from Cuba, 500,000 of them can now be deported. This is what you voted for. You voted for your families and your communities to be tore apart. I see I see a lot of people, or a couple of people on TikTok in different places talking about the role of black people. We told y'all, we lived through this. We understand what's going on. I don't think Trump told you what he's gonna do. So I don't fault Trump for this. I don't fault Trump because he told you he showed you the person that he was. He showed you the president that he was gonna be. He told you what he was. He told you see how he is against immigrants. You thought it wouldn't affect you. You thought it would only affect Muslims. You thought it was only going to affect Muslims. right? You thought it was only going to, so you voted because you thought, hey, I'm a worker. Yo, great God, salute. Salute to everybody pulling up. Thanks y'all for pulling up, man. Make sure I hit the like button, right? You thought it was only going to be Muslims, somebody else. So you didn't care. Y'all went out and voted for Trump, right? Y'all went out and voted and thought it wasn't going to come to your doorstep. But Martin Luther King, he told us a long time ago, if they come from, if they come for me in the morning, they will come for you in the night. If they come for me in the morning, then they will come for you in the night. This is your night. They are coming for you now. This is what you voted for. This is what you wanted, and this is what you get. This is what you get. I don't fault Trump for this. Trump is being exactly who he is, exactly the person that we knew he was, the president he was going to be. Trump is being exactly that person. He don't care. He don't care about no laws. He don't care about none of that. He gonna get you out. OG Love, salute. Due process ain't the problem, bro. This is his country. This is a European led country, bro. They're gonna do whatever they want when they want to do it. And when the rules don't benefit them, they're gonna change the rules so the rules benefit them. That's that. If you want to live here, accept it. If you don't, leave. Or Trump is gonna kick you out. That's the whole bottom line. That is the bottom line. If you don't see that or understand that, they don't care. And let me tell you something. The real picture that the see what the Hispanics in America don't understand, what the Latinos don't understand, is they are a security risk in America. You know why? You know why? You know why they're being. I'm gonna tell you why the Hispanics are being pushed out of this country. Because they are the biggest group now. It's more Hispanics and Latinos in America than anybody. That's a security risk to these Europeans. I'm just being honest. You are a security. Look what's going on in downtown LA right now. I'm gonna show y'all some footage from that. Look what's going on in downtown LA just now. They took over downtown LA. The police couldn't handle it, so they had to send in the troops. They had to send in the National Guard, and that's what they're afraid of. They outnumbered. For just recently, they became the European, the white man and woman has became the minority in America. Trump is writing that shit right now. Remember, they changed that. They made Hispanics white. They made Spanish and Hispanic people white so they can still have the numbers. So now instead of saying like, "Yo, we gonna leave y'all here," no, we gonna get y'all out because we know y'all outnumber us. So whenever you get ready, you can you get situated, you get your money up, you're gonna take over. They know what it is. That's what goes on. They know what it is. They're not gonna allow that to happen. They're not gonna allow that to happen. And that's what is going on. That's what will happen if they leave the Hispanic and the Latino here long enough. Y'all, it's more people. Y'all birth rate is faster. Y'all not killing each other at a good enough rate. So y'all gotta go. Are y'all working? Yeah. Remember they said we only gonna take criminals. We only taking criminals out of here. We only taking working. They taking them from work. I can show y'all that. They taking them straight from work. The good ones that's going to court and trying to do things the right way, they like, nah, we not doing that in court right now. We just sending people out. They sending them out. They going to court and trying to do things the right way, and they sending them out of here too. Because it's not about if you doing right and wrong or not. It's about it's too many Latinos, it's too many Hispanics in America. That's the whole long and short of that. Y'all gotta go. And Trump, and let me tell you something. Europeans, they knew this. They know that. They played nice with y'all so y'all can vote. Y'all the ones, the Hispanic tipped the scale in the favor of Trump. Blacks for Trump, Hispanics for Trump. Y'all tipped the scale in the favor of Trump. Y'all are the ones that voted him in. In America, let me tell you something. It's diehard Republicans and diehard Democrats. Only the battleground states. It's only a few. It's only a few demographics that change the vote. Everybody's diehard in America. You got diehard Republicans. You got diehard Democrats. Everybody know where they're going. It's a certain amount of people in this country. They know they're going Democrat and they're going up Republican, regardless of who it is. It could be the devil versus God on either side. They're gonna go with the devil and they're gonna go with God. They don't care. Nobody cares about that. They know that. The only ones is what? Florida, all of the Cuban Hispanics down there, them battleground states. That's the only states that make a difference. All these other states, New York and California and Texas and all these different places, we know where they're going. We know where those states are going. Every now and then you get a tip in a Pennsylvania or Michigan, the battleground states. That's the only states they're really fighting over. No other states is being really fought over. Sometimes these states switch over and they go to different places. But y'all tip the scale this in favor of Trump. This is what you voted for. Am I against Latin people or Spanish people? Of course I'm not. Of course I don't want to see families being broken up, good working people being sent out of America to, and sent anywhere because they're not sending you back to your country. They sending you everywhere. They sending you anywhere right now. They sending you anywhere right now. Get out. You got to go. It's your time to go. Now, guess what? Guess what? You experiencing what African Americans experienced when they sent us to those ports. That's what you experiencing right now. Get out, you gotta go. We don't care if families being broken up. We don't know where they're gonna send them people to. You don't know if they're going with their kids. You don't know how it's gonna go. If they saying you a criminal in another country, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But what we do know, Boogie Black, what up? But what we do know is that you up off this. You might have family left here. Now you got family over there. This is what this is the same thing that we have experienced during what? The transatlantic slave trade. We've been experienced this. Now you got to protest. That ain't gonna help. Cause now this is what they want you to do. Now they like, now you're gonna galvanize. Now you're galvanizing what? You're galvanizing all the troops against you. You galvanizing Americans against you that wasn't. Now you tearing up downtown LA. Now it's protests, cars is being burned. They shooting reporters out here. They don't care. Yo, they shooting reporters out here, man. Look at this, man. They shooting reporters out here, man. These people don't care, man. Look at that. They don't care, man. Yo, they shooting reporters out here. Look at this, man. They shooting reporters out here, man. Oh Lord. These people don't care, man. I got too much going on. They don't care, man. Yo, they shooting reporters out here. I got too much going on. Hold on. I got too much going on. They shot this reporter right here.
Despite her initial scream, Tomasi could be heard saying, "I'm good," and she later confirmed to 9 News that she
They shot a news reporter
saying, "I'm good," and she later
rubber
her
bullet.
initial scream.
Look at this. You can't make this up, man. They don't
When a
care.
rubber bullet appeared to strike her leg near the end of her report.
Shut the fuck. Yo, if they shooting the reporters, they shooting the white ladies with rubber bullets. They shooting them too. It's over here. It's over, man. Get low or pack it up. Get low or pack it up. Get low or pack it up. They is wilding. They wilding in LA. That ain't no. This ain't no game. This ain't no. They don't care. They not. They serious. They serious about this work, man. Trump and them is serious. They not playing, bro. They not. Trump don't care. He don't care about none of that. And let me tell you something. Trump, he being true to his word. And some other things I seen coming. All this other stuff that's going on with Trump, the president. I knew he was going to do this stuff. I knew all these little steps he's taking to go to war, all these steps. I seen it. I knew it. Because now he can implement a lot of things that he wants to implement. Nah, this ain't no play, bro. This is real. This is real out here, you heard? They don't care. They tearing it. They tearing LA up. They tearing LA up, and now it's like I told you so. That's what they're gonna say. This is who they really are. This is who they really are. That's what they're gonna say. All the smoke. Trump wants all the smoke, and let me tell you something. The more smoke you give Trump on your side, the stronger you make his argument. All you doing now is making his argument stronger. All you doing now is making his argument stronger. Say, see, I told you they wasn't good people. Look how they tearing up downtown LA, burning stuff down. I told you they wasn't good people. I told you they were criminals. And now we really got to get them out. All you doing is galvanizing the other side to go harder too. This is not gonna help. Little Mario, salute. Black Viking, you already know. Trump want to be king. He want to be the king of America. We in a different time. Y'all better watch what I'm telling you. Trump wants to be king of America. He wants to be a dictator. He sent the National Guard into LA without the consent of the governor. This is the first time this ever happened. The governor is suing Donald Trump for sending the troops in without him asking. LA, LA's National Guard, or excuse me, California's National Guard is run by the state. It's run by the state governor. Now you reach out to the president and you ask him to send in when you need help, but he just did it because he wanted to do it. Trump is on his own time and he don't care. Yo, send in the troops. Trump, Trump is using the National Guard and these troops like his own crew. This is his own gang. He like, yo, go get them. And they gonna answer up. They ain't gonna say no. They can't say no. Trump is the top cop in America. It is what it is. Trump is the top cop. If you look at him as anything else, if you think he don't have the power to send out Marines and National Guard, you are mistaken. And he's gonna use it. Trump is gonna use that. He ain't gonna nah, I think you sure he don't need his permission, Southside Tony? I think Trump needs the permission. I think Trump needs the permission of hold on. I think he needs the permission of them states, bro. Not permission, but it's usually done through. It's crazy out here, man. I'm looking through this stuff, bro. I'm looking. They got Marines out here. Look, it's all kind of stuff. They got Marines. Let me see this. LAPD warns many more arrests. 700 Marines deployed to Los Angeles. They got Marines out here. They ain't tripping out here, yo. They got the Marines out here, yo. They don't care, bro. In case it wasn't obvious, no one needs the Marines. They got the Marines out here. Yo, it's nasty out here, yo. It's nasty, man. It's nasty, man. Anytime you got Marines in these cities, in these regular cities, it's not go well. They coming in to handle business. Brooklyn Carter, that's what I think. You're a bad vibe. Salute. Yo, listen, Trump don't care. Trump is going to use whatever means he got. He wants this going to be as messy as possible. He wants it to be as messy as possible because it looks good for him. It's gonna look like, he's doing what he needs to do to control it now. The National Guard exasperated the protest. This was all over anti-ICE protests in LA, right? When they said to the National Guard, now it turned from a protest, now it's a full-blown riot now. That's what the National Guard did. It really exasperated what was already, it might have been the conditions might have been getting worse, but it might have exasperated that. Look at this. Look at this. Yo, it's really nasty out here. The National Guard came and exasperated that whole situation, you heard? Locks ass. He says the president can call the National Guard into federal service when there's a rebellion or a danger of a rebellion against the authority of the federal government. Yo, listen. One thing about them gangs, man, them gangs is getting their money. They ain't worried about none of that stuff going on. You heard? They trying to get low. They're like, yeah, we got to stay low on this one. Them gangs get in the middle of that, man, it's over, you heard? Them gangs get in the middle of that. Yo, Locks ass salute, you already know. Yo, them gangs getting, but yo, listen. So I seen a lady, she was crying, talking about black people. And I'm not laughing about this because this is not funny. But this is what y'all called upon yourselves. I'm being honest. Y'all tipped the scales and voted that man in, bro. Y'all voted Trump in. Y'all made sure that he got in. And he ran on mass deportation. Who do you think was gonna go? Y'all think he was only gonna go get Muslims because he had a thing for Muslims at one time? He look at everybody the same. Yo, Locks ass, appreciate you. Good looking on setting up the super chat with the nickel. Yo, look. Once you get into these type of things now, he can once let me tell you something. He did this is all purposely done. They playing chess. Everybody's reacting and playing checkers while they playing chess. They know y'all gonna go out there and protest, act stupid. They know y'all gonna do that. They know once this starts happening and y'all start seeing this stuff, the news is there, everybody's there. They want it to be big and nasty. Because the bigger and nasty it gets, it's going to go from city to city and it's going to get worse. Now, what can Trump, once it gets worse and it goes across America, what can be implemented now? What can be martial law? Martial law? Once martial law is implemented, now what? All those constitutional rules, all those constitutional rules, all those rights you once had by the Constitution, once martial law is implemented, no, 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 you don't got them rights no more. You don't got and Trump don't got to follow a lot of rules. He can be the dictator that he wants to be. It's chess. Starts with LA. You know New York gonna jump in. This is what this they notice. The government, these dudes is not dumb. Your rights are out the window. These dudes is not dumb. The government don't play these dudes. The federal government, the CIA, them dudes is smart. He got the best information in the world. They know they probably listening to this inside your house. They listening inside the leaders' houses. You think you talking and you low. You ain't low. They know everything you talking about. They know your thoughts. Cameras everywhere, microphones everywhere. We need to know what the Hispanics, the Latinos is doing in America. They getting all the inside information. From the moles they got amongst you. And from all the equipment, all this great, beautiful technology we have here in America. We got great technology in America. What? We got top of the line technology in America, you heard? We got top. They probably can hear you from a satellite. I would believe they can hear you in your house from a satellite. I know they can see you from a satellite. They can see the color of your eyeballs. Mikey B got brown eyes. That's him. They can read your retina from a satellite. It's him. That's his eyes. We got him. And y'all playing with these people. These people ain't playing. They using this. Guess what? All you good workers, all you good people, guess what? Smitty, where you go? Guess what? Now that you're a part of these riots, you're definitely a criminal. Now you are a criminal. If you wasn't a criminal before and you never had a case and you never had none of that, once you join these riots and we get these nice, good old American steel cuffs on your wrists, because we got you on camera throwing rocks at a tank, because we got you in downtown LA organizing without a permit to organize, now you a criminal in America. Now we can send you to that place that we got in South America where we sending all the criminals to. Now you gonna get on that bus. You getting on that boat. You getting on that plane, the criminal plane now. You want to throw rocks at tanks? M80s, they got fireworks out there. You want to throw fireworks at the National Guard? Get on this bus. We're going to send you where the criminals go. The real criminals. Can't talk to your family. Nothing but killers around you. This is what's going on. Right, Brooklyn Carter. I was watching that. They trying to legally get out of America. They trying to legally get out of America, and they picking them at the courthouse. They picking them up at the courthouse. They stopping the court date. They saying the government is not spending the money. They're not even spending the money no more to try to give you a fair chance to stay here in America. Go. Get up out of here. It's over. Get up out of here. It's over. I'm telling you, man, it's nasty, man. We got our hands full with this. We we got our hands. And let me tell you something. I say we because I'm an American citizen. I'm a person of color. But we all got to deal with this, regardless. This is going to affect everybody. Working class people, regular people. It's going to affect everybody. This is gonna affect all of us. You come for me in the night. If you come for me in the morning, they're gonna get you in the night. You heard, King Kizzo? Bro, who do you think is next when they are done with the Mexicans and blacks? Anybody. Mexicans, blacks, anybody. Anybody is next. You don't know. See, that's the thing. They might clear out all these jails that they paying all this money to keep. In America, we live good in prison. I'm just being honest. Nice chicken, good food. We get cake. We get turkey on Thanksgiving, eggs for breakfast, sausages and eggs, good old sausages and eggs. They gonna cut that. They're gonna send you to another country where it costs 5 cents to feed you a day. It's gonna cost 5 cents when America send you from American prison down to them South American prisons. It's gonna go from about $200 or $300 a day, 5 cents. No, I don't. I actually don't. I'm actually telling you facts. These are the facts. 65,000 a house of prison in America. Here we go. A lot going on TV. Smitty.
Lot going on. It's a lot going on, man. What's happening, man? Salute to everybody in the building. You already know Her Love TV. It's a lot going on. What's happening, big bro? It's nasty. You see what they doing in LA? They not playing in LA.
Yeah, they ain't playing at all, y'all. They ain't playing at all, y'all. So what you think about what you've been seeing so far, man? What do you think? What's your thoughts, man?
Trump, I think Trump is going a little bit too far. We all know, America been.
That.
I mean, come on, son. America been built off of everybody else blood, sweat, and tears, man. You feel what I'm saying? Cubans, Russians, Italians, blacks. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people from different places, came over here and partake and in the building of America, bro. Like, come on, let's keep it real, bro.
Doesn't mean it was built. It was built on the backs of other people for what? Whites, for Europeans. So what? They they it was free labor. A lot of that was free labor, or so close to free. The Chinese built the railroads. Of course, we know America was built on the back. We know that. We understand that. But right now, present day, what is Trump doing wrong? Because this is what Trump ran on. Trump ran on mass deportation, bro. He ran on that. Who are they gonna deport? I mean, who did these? Because the Cubans, we can Google this. Go ahead, bro.
The McDonald's Wi-Fi, he's shitting on me already. They
Oh, your Wi-Fi tripping?
me, I don't know.
Hold on. So check it out. Hold on. So what we hold on, make me ask, in 2024 elections, right? In the 2024 elections, how did Hispanic Americans vote? I'm gonna Google it right now so you can see for yourself, so we can see this for ourselves. I'm Googling it right now. In the 2024 elections, how did Hispanics
And believe everything you think. You shouldn't believe everything you think. Get informed. 10 million illegal immigrants. That's who. Look at Thomas Sowell. He tells it like it is.
what is the
Shout
event?
out to Force the Covers, man. We accept all, comments, as long as you ain't disrespectful over here. You know what I'm saying? It come to some type of understanding. You know what I mean? As people.
Check it out. Right here. Why did Latinos vote for Trump in 2024? Support for Trump was highest among Latino men under 40 at 48%, 20% of whom were first time voters in 2024. 20% of them was the first time they ever voted and they voted for Trump. The economy. So he gassed y'all with the economy and got y'all to vote. Look, he gassed y'all with the economy and got y'all to vote, but the economy is going to be better. He's saying with y'all going. This wasn't for y'all. This is for the European economy was going to be better. Not for the Hispanic. Yo, and this is not even funny. But not for the not for the Hispanic, because you are going. And let me tell you something, Smitty. Before you came on, I was talking about, remember years and years ago, they projected by 2023 that Latinos will outnumber Europeans. Hold on. As a unit, as a unit. Right now, the white person is the minority in America. That is a security breach. How you have the least numbers in your country. That is a security breach, bro. Right? If you got a bunch of immigrants from at any time, they want to flip, they can take over. Once they get jobs in law enforcement, jobs in the military, they learn customs, they learn how to go to war. You teaching them how to go to war? Right or wrong. So really, this is all about balancing that scale, getting all these Hispanics out. That was the game. That was the drill. That was why that's why Trump is voted back into office. And let me tell you something. Even if I don't feel that way, even if I don't feel that way, a lot of black people do. They like let the Mexicans go. They taking our jobs. A lot of people felt like that, bro. A lot of people felt
Go in and go out. It looked like I'm stuck again, bro. This shit is crazy. Everywhere I go.
it was good. You good. You good right now, bro. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. You good. Yo, hit that like button, y'all. Come on, this is great content.
40 in the building. Salute to everybody in the building. Hood Love TV. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on, man. And yo, Diamante Day. I feel the same way. I love all people as well, bro. You understand what I'm saying? I deserve everybody, you know, I think everybody deserve a chance out here, no matter who you are. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you're doing the right thing, I feel everybody deserve a chance. Is it illegal immigrants coming over here doing, bull? Yes, it is. You understand what I'm saying? Do they deserve to go back to their country? Yes. But do everybody deserve to be punished? No. You understand what I'm saying? The people that's out here living their life. Remember, we in a corporation, man. You understand what I'm saying? America is a corporation. You feel what I'm saying? So everybody deserve a chance. If somebody is doing bad, then send them back. Send them on their way. If they not and they producing and they living like
From God.
citizens, then let them do them. That's how I feel, bro. They should be able to stay. If they doing the right thing, then they should be able to stay. If they not, get them out. Bottom line. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and that's just the truth, man. I love all people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, right is right and wrong is wrong. You feel what I'm saying? All people, they saying that the Cubans and the Brazilians and all these other, countries that they let in is now the worst of the worst. You understand what I'm saying? All the shit y'all done did to people in this country, other countries. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. He said, "Try to be." Yo, this is some good. This is some good stuff y'all talking about in the in the comments, man. Salute to everybody in the comments. Salute to everybody tapping in. If you're new to the channel, this is Hood Love TV. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell so you know when we live. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Just don't tell no lies out here, man. You know what I'm saying? We speaking truth and facts over here. So make sure y'all tap in, you know what I'm saying, and hit that button, man. Hit that button. It's free. The like button is free. You understand what I'm saying? The subscribe button is free. Notification bell is free. Just hit it.
Mo, no bars. Juan is wilding.
Fat Blunt in the dab. He bugging. He said respectfully, every time one person talk, the other one freezes. That's crazy.
You got people going to court. You got people going to court, right? To try to lawfully stay in the country, right? And they are denying them in court and taking them straight to prison. Excuse me, putting them on that bus and getting them out of here. So they grabbed them up at court. They got lawyers crying like, yo, I thought they was going to do the right thing. That's why I'm telling you, it's not about criminal. That was gas. That was cap. That was cap. He capped, and he said it was about that, but that was cap, bro. They getting all of them out of here, bro. It's too many in America. I'm telling you what it is, bro.
All the blacks that actually voted for Trump, they thought they was getting them checks in the mail. They thought they was getting them checks again. They thought he was loading it up again.
There's a check coming to New York in the fall. You can Google it. You got a check coming. Yeah, you got a check coming in the fall, bro. There's checks for households in New York coming in the fall. Look, look, CBS. ICE ending immigrants' court case in order to arrest and move them. They don't care. Watch. They're gonna show you it. It's mad videos. It's mad videos of it, bro.
Lips, bro. They wilding right now on YouTube, B. Yo, they got me all stuck with duck lips and all that, B. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, son. Like,
That's wild. Go when it come out if you stuck.
but yo, yo, east side of town, salute, bro. We're shaking, family. Salute, man.
Thank you to all the senators for your participation and oversight into the Department of Homeland Security. I'm looking forward to visiting with you about all of the accomplishments that we've been able to tackle these first several months of this Trump administration. I'm also blessed to have my husband with me today, so I thank him for his support and my family's support as well as I fill this role for our country. Having previously served 8 years as a member of Congress, it's my distinct honor to be on this side of the dais today as the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Today, I'm proud to discuss all of our accomplishments since President Trump took office, and he has set us a full agenda as a priority. High on the list is the mandate, and was the mandate on the very first day, to secure our southern border and to start deporting illegal criminal aliens. The border crisis is the biggest problem that was facing our country, and it was one that was imperative to fixing.
So hold on, let's pause this real quick. She said, you put a green screen up there or something. You pressing buttons. Stop pressing buttons. It's gone. Yo, look, that's a judge. Honorable. Judge Christie, know me? Listen, she said they had the orders to secure the border, the Mexican border. This was all about them, bro. This is all about them. When they brought him into office, bro, this whole deep mass deportation, they knew that they was gonna go at them. The black people that voted for Trump, they voted for this. Everybody, the Hispanics, they all voted for this. Check it out. Let's see what she got to say.
for our nation's future. We're solving this crisis at a record pace, and we have delivered the most secure border in American history. We've obtained near complete operational control of the border, with daily encounters down 93% since President Trump took office. And because we're fixing this biggest challenge so quickly, President Trump can focus on other priorities as well and problems that are facing the American people. Let's just look at the last 10 days. Last week, he signed a historic prescription drug reduction and pricing executive order that will slash prices for the American people. After that, he went on a trip to completely rewrite America's relationship with the Middle East. During this trip, he secured trillions of dollars of new investments in the United States with several Middle Eastern countries. He's also taking steps towards rebuilding our relationship with Syria. The last living American hostage held by Hamas, Eden Alexander, was finally released and returned home to his family. He announced major new trade deals with both China and the United Kingdom. And just yesterday, President Trump jump-started ceasefire talks between Russia and Ukraine. And with only the kind of leadership that President Trump could provide, we prevented the breakout of an all-out war between India and Pakistan. These historic accomplishments were possible because President Trump confronted right away the chaos at the southern border. President Trump can continue to not only make America safe, but he can also continue to work to make the entire world safer. Now, at the Department of Homeland Security under President Trump, we've already delivered a drastic turnaround in Homeland Security, from the southern border to our Coast Guard to cyberspace. And we're just getting started. The secure border has allowed our men and women of law enforcement at DHS to zero in on fighting cartels and their illicit activities. Under President Trump, we have designated 6 cartels and 4 dangerous criminal gangs as foreign terrorist organizations. This has allowed us to take a whole of government approach to going after these murderers and these drug traffickers. In March, fentanyl traffic at the border fell 54% compared to the previous year. And once again, the United States is enforcing immigration laws to arrest, identify, detain, and remove dangerous illegal alien criminals. We're prioritizing those that are a public safety.
Dangerous, yo, they got mad videos of working dudes. They going to people's jobs.
Yeah, right.
Telling you what is going on. If this spreads, which I know it will, this is going to spread. Once you got a big city like this going up, like LA going up, they're going to spread this. This is going to spread around America. This is going to be in Atlanta. This will probably be down south, Florida. We probably see some protests in New York. It's a good chance. The major cities.
Distraction for them to come in and start this martial law and everything they got going on and everything. Like,
Just yesterday, I was watching Trump talking about they're about to go to war with Iran. And that's a whole nother topic. We can go to that another day. But of course, but I know for a fact this is to what? Lessen the population of Hispanic people in America, not just criminals. That was cap.
do you think the people in LA is actual immigrants that's doing this shit? Like, because it's crisis actors out there. They be having people.
I seen an older woman out there. She was a Hispanic mother, grandmother. She had the bullhorn out there, like these are all my kids. We going in. And there's mad people out there that don't commit. There's Americans out there, bro. You got Europeans out there. You got all kinds of different people out there. You got black people, you got white people. It's predominantly Hispanic, but you have other people out there, bro. Everybody is not just criminals out there. Now, don't get me wrong. What happens during these type of protests and riot is you get the criminal element that just come in to loot. When you got protesters, it's loot. They're gonna go out there and loot. They don't got nothing to do with the protest. They don't care about immigrants or ICE or whatever's going on. They just see people tearing stuff up and robbing stuff, and they're gonna join in. change it from protesters to just criminals wilding. Nobody want to see you destroying LA, bro. Nobody wants to see protesters destroying LA, destroying good stores and, you know, burning down businesses and cars and destroying property, bro. They're not going for that. That's why the National Guard is in there now. You see what I'm saying? And the National Guard exasperated it. Something that somebody's I think low ash locks ash said, did they appease black people with NBA young boy Trump? He's giving out all these pardons, Larry Hoover, to appease black people. Like, yo, that ain't got nothing to do with us. You think that happened because of that? What you think about that?
The black community quiet. That's what they always do to us. They give us something to keep us quiet when they doing some bullshit. You know why? Because they know if every last one of us in every state step up and be like, yo, man, we ain't going through none of this bullshit. We about to shut this shit down. You understand? It can happen. You feel what I'm saying? It can happen.
We seeing mass portation because in a city like LA, New York and LA got military grade law enforcement in the city already. You know that, right? Especially New York. After 9/11, New York is like a military. They ready to go. They ready to go with whoever. Really, you heard? They got tanks and all everything that the military has. New York has access to it, and I know LA, probably two of the biggest police forces in America and probably in the world. If LA couldn't deal with it and they had to send a National Guard, imagine that. Understand what you're dealing with. Understand if they didn't have enough police and they had to send a National Guard, and they said that the governor's mad at Trump. He's suing Trump for sending a National Guard in. But to do that alone, it means it was getting so out of control. Like, yo, what is y'all doing? You heard?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Mikey. I just think it's a gimmick they put in. They making it seem like you know at first when the immigrants first came over here, when they start trooping over here, a lot of bullshit was happening, but a lot of that shit died down. You feel what I'm saying? I just feel like he just putting pressure on it, trying to make an excuse. Um, it's crisis actors out here nowadays. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said before, you got dudes out here getting annual pay of $40 an hour just to be a rat. You can't believe nothing out here, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You can't believe nothing out here.
You might
They got
have
us as people thinking these illegal immigrants is out here robbing, stealing, killing, and doing, and they the ones that's out. I see little kids, little Mexican babies out in New York City walking around with candy, just trying to live a life. You feel what I'm saying? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with them out there with their little stands trying to sell a little fucking church whatever them shits is called? You know what I'm talking about? Them little sticks and shit with the cinnamon on it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Them shit. What's wrong with that, bro? They out there making an honest living. Most of the people that come from different countries, bro, they get in like automatically they get in and they want to put some work in. You feel what I'm saying? Because they want to live that American dream.
right.
You feel what I'm like? I can't go for that, man. I don't see immigrants running around killing people on the streets. You understand what I'm saying? I see Americans running around killing people on the streets.
Don't get me wrong. You got immigrants. You got a population of everybody that's getting caught for all kinds of different crimes. So I can't say who's committing crimes or who's not. But I'm just telling you, this is bigger than a crime. This is a lot of cap. A lot of
Right.
cap is going on, and I'm not saying that they didn't, because they did grab some dudes that committed some bad crimes and got them out of here.
Right.
They got some people that committed some horrible, heinous crimes and got them out of America doing all of this, right? But the majority of these people that they're moving out is not is law-abiding citizens. So what does that tell you? That tells you it wasn't about the criminal. That was just cap. That
All
was
cap.
cap. That was cap just to get you to vote. Yo, we're
Right.
gonna keep you good working people. Y'all good. That was cap. They voted.
Cat.
They got all y'all to vote. Everybody that voted, and now they just busting everybody out of here. All of y'all, get out. Get out. And guess what?
They
And
know where
guess
to
what?
go.
And guess what? The people that's out there protesting, mask on, gas cans, doing all that stuff, they might be on terrorist watch list now. Now you was American, but you a
Right.
terrorist. So now we can send you to Guantanamo Bay. You're
Right.
you out of here too. You want to protest with them? That's how Trump. I know Trump is on it like that. They want to protest on with him. They was American citizens because you got to remember when he all these laws that he's implementing that we seeing go now. You know Trump is trying to stop. He's trying to start if birthright citizenship.
What you
You know
said?
that he's trying to stop birthright citizenship.
Explain that to the people.
Birthright citizenship is we get our nationalities from the place that we are born in. Some kids have dual nationalities. You and your wife go on vacation, you have the baby earlier in Bermuda, but you and your wife is American. So, but your baby was born in Bermuda. So now she has dual citizenship with Bermuda and America. Your birthright, your nationality is where you're born at. The nation, the nation that you are born in is your nationality. No, regardless, we put hyphenated Italian American, African American, Black American. You're American because you were born here. He's trying to say, hey, no, you're not a citizen just because you were born here. He's trying to end that. He's trying to end. So no, look. So now, guess what? Guess what? All you Africans that we brought in here and we built the country on the backs of your great grandmothers and all that stuff. Get out of here too. You're out of here.
Right.
Go. You're talking. You're African
That's
American. Go back to Africa. You're just African now. You're no longer American.
that's
that's
crazy.
that's what he's trying to do. Google it. Look, I can Google it. He already
That's crazy.
look. Watch this.
Salute to the people in the building. It's 324 in the building, 63 likes. Let's get those likes up, man. You know what I'm saying? Help the channel, man. Help the channel grow. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody in there, man. We appreciate y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all.
There we go right there. News about Trump. Look, there we go right here. News about is Trump trying to end birthright citizenship. Look, no, because it's crazy. Look, it's right here. Look, DOJ presses federal courts to reverse ruling blocking Trump's effort to end birthright citizenship, bro. It's real out here. Y'all is playing and y'all don't really know what's going on in this world, but they trying to change this America for real, bro. They really trying to change America. Look, birthright citizenship, bro. They trying to
That's
change that.
crazy.
Because guess what? If you and your wife, see, a lot of kids was born here from illegal aliens. See what he's trying to do because just say you and your wife sneak in the country illegally, right? Y'all have a baby over here in America. Your wife is pregnant. Y'all get over here. Y'all get low. Y'all get in. Y'all get low. The baby is a dreamer. That's the Dreamers Act. Remember the Dreamers? Remember Trump came in after Obama. Remember he tried
Right.
to dead the Dreamers Act. He wasn't able to dead that dreamer. I don't think he deaded the Dreamer Act, but he tried to. You understand? Letitia, how am I misinterpreting the law? How?
The comments right now.
How? I mean, I would love to hear comments on how I'm misinterpreting the law.
Matthew
Bro,
LV West V.
See, the whole thing is this. They saying a lot of these kids, when their parents come to this country and have the baby, then the baby's automatically American. The baby's all because it's born here. Yo, Frank Barber, appreciate you.
That's a fact. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Let's get that
Big
like button
Devil,
up
what
to
up?
100, man. Let's get that likes up to 100, man. Let the people know, man. Let the channel grow, man. It's Hood Love TV. We got a good topic going on right now. Trump, he's acting up again. He's going crazy. All Henny, salute.
I'm putting y'all on. This is like all separate shows. I'm giving to y'all in one show.
Right.
Look, NPR, birthright citizenship. What is it, and can Trump end it? Let's see if we got a video. Let's see if they give us a video. Trump wants to end birthright citizenship. I don't know what they talking about in the chat, bro. I'll be watching. I'll be studying. I don't play, bro. I'll be on it,
The
you heard?
birthright citizens was meant for slaves, not for these people. That's what Letitia say. What you mean? Meant for the slaves. What you mean meant for the slaves? And what are you talking about? Meant for what slaves? All the slaves is dead. What are you talking about? What slaves is meant for?
This is not a video, so I'm gonna just read it. President Trump is trying to end birthright. Yo, hold on. Listen. Hear me out, bro.
Go ahead.
President Trump is trying to end birthright citizenship, the legal principle enshrined in the Constitution that automatically makes anyone born within the U.S. or its territories a citizen. I just said that. How am I wrong? It's exactly what I said, bro. It's right here. It's a move that Trump first proposed during his first term and one that most legal experts agree he cannot make unilaterally. Indeed, within days of signing his executive order in January, Trump's administration was hit with at least 4 separate lawsuits from coalitions opposed to it, including nearly 2 dozen state attorney generals, a group of pregnant mothers, and immigrants' rights groups, including the American Civil Rights Liberties Union, ACLU. Birthright citizenship is guaranteed in our Constitution and is absolutely central to what American stands for, says lead attorney Cody Wolfsey, deputy director of the ACLUS's Immigrants' Rights Project.
Mm.
Denying citizenship to babies born on U.S. soil is illegal, profoundly cruel, and contrary to our values as a country. 3 federal judges, both conservative and liberal, have since ruled the order unconstitutional, blocking it from taking effect. And these are the same judges that Trump voted in.
Right.
So they blocked it, you heard?
Right.
Look what the judge said. I have been on the bench for 4 decades, and I can't remember another case where the question presented is as clear as this one is.
Mm.
Look, U.S. District Judge John Coffenauer said in January, according to member station KUOW, 3 separate appeals courts have refused to unblock those orders, and the case is now before the Supreme Court. Asked about a legal challenges to the birthright citizenship order, which were widely expected, Trump acknowledged as he signed it that it could be challenged, but said, "We think we have a good grounds to move ahead." He thought it could be challenged, and he still moved ahead with it.
That's crazy.
We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright citizenship. He's lying. That's not facts. Look, that's not true. I knew that. Look, that's right under his words. Dozens of countries, including Canada, Mexico, and many South American nations, offer birthright citizenship. You heard?
Mm.
Here's what to know about the principle and what it would mean for the U.S. to end it or at least try. So, what you think about that, bro? Let's take some questions. What you Al Plaga TV? Yo, what up? Salute.
El Plaga TV, salute. El Plaga in the building.
Letitia, how am I misinterpreting the law? I just read it to you from the judges. You still saying I'm misinterpreting the law? How? Mikey B, just look up the law and see why it was put in place. Please, you're fairly intelligent and know a lot of immigrants are finessing the law. I don't know. I mean, just tell me in plain words. I will look it up. But it's saying right here the judges are ruling on it, right? You got three branches of government: judicial, executive, and legislative. Judges interpret the law. I don't have to go any further because I'm reading what a judge said. A judge interpret the law. These laws are already made. I don't gotta go read the law because the judges interpret the law. Here we go. Hold on. I'm gonna finish reading what it has to say. What does the Constitution say? Look, I ain't gotta go. It's right here. Section 1 of the hold on.
You just do me a favor and read the entire amendment.
Right here. Section 1 of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution says that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. That's it right there. The amendment which was ratified in 1868 sought to extend citizenship to formerly enslaved people after the Civil War. That's what Letitia was saying. Sought to extend citizenship to formerly enslaved people after the Civil War. Right? Check it out. When birthright citizenship came about in the 14th Amendment, there weren't unauthorized immigrants in the United States like they are today. Julia Galat, Associate Director of the U.S. Immigration Policy Program at the Migration Policy Institute, told NPR in December. But it's been applied to immigration for well over a century, dating back to the landmark 1898 Supreme Court ruling in United States versus Wong Kim Ark, probably Arkansas. Now look, how has the clause been interpreted? For over a century, since a young Chinese American cook from San Francisco named Wong Kim Ark won his case at the Supreme Court. See, this is how the precedence of the law is interpreted. It's whatever case has precedence. If Trump comes out with a new law, that will be the new precedence. If the Supreme Court overrules the lower court, if they overrule the lower court, then now Trump's will be the new case. But this is the case that's interpreting the law right now. This case right here. Wong Kim Ark. Wong was born, hold on, excuse me. For over a century, since a young Chinese American cook from San Francisco named Wong Kim Ark won his case at the Supreme Court, birthright citizenship for all, including babies born to migrants. Babies born to migrants has been a cornerstone of U.S. democracy, said Artie Kalali, executive director of the Asian Law Caucus. Wong, who was born in San Francisco to Chinese parents, was barred from entering the U.S. under the Chinese Exclusion Act while returning from an overseas trip in 1890. In a 6-2 decision, the court ruled that because Wong was born in the U.S. and his parents were not employed in any diplomatic or official capacity under the Emperor of China, the 14th Amendment makes him a U.S. citizen. So they had a clause for Chinese people. But he was born in America and then went back to his country, and then they bring him back, and then they try to stop him at the border, like, yo, hold on, what you doing? You can't bring this kid in. He's a citizen. So that's the law that they citing and using. Here's a picture of Wong right here.
She's saying it won't be a new law. They just wasn't following the law.
No, they were interpreting the law a different way. So they're going to reinterpret the law. You mean they're going to make a new interpretation of the law, which is going to supersede this Wong case. Now, if Trump wins in the Supreme Court, then this Wong case will no longer be, the case that
in effect.
Right. The case clarified that anyone born in the United States was a citizen under the court's interpretation of the 14th Amendment, regardless of the parent's immigration status, and the case has been established. See, that's what it is. Presidents. It has presidents for more than 125 years, according to the American Immigration Council. So the presidents, the case that has precedence over this law right now is the Wong case. Now, if Trump wins, that would be the new presidents. If he wins in the Supreme Court, because it went to the Supreme Court.
Salute, Letitia. You already know, man.
Yo,
Salute.
Letitia, appreciate you.
Salute, man. Now, we appreciate the like buttons, man. Definitely hit that like button. Help grow the channel. You already know, man. It's Hood Love TV. Lot going on over here, man. You know what I'm saying? We bring y'all real topics over here. You know what I mean? We talk about real things that's going on in the community. You know what I'm saying? With our politicians around the world. You know what I'm saying? You always gonna get it real over here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no half stepping over here. We ain't cutting no lines.
Letitia, you right about that. You right about that, Letitia. It won't be a new law. They just wasn't following the law. It won't be a
Yeah,
new law. It would just be new president for the old law.
right.
If Trump wins, it will set precedents that stopped 125 years ago. The Wong case, the presidents would be Trump. Do I think they're going to overturn the Supreme Court people that he voted in? I don't think they're going to overturn that. Because now, let me tell you something. See, that's why you got to watch what you're voting for and watch what you're voting for very much. Because if you overturn that, now you and your family can be deported. You see what I'm saying, Smitty?
That's right.
So you gotta watch what you overturn because now you set yourself up and your family up and your people up to be
For
deported
failure.
to a country, to be deported, to say you're not citizens. And I don't think the judge is gonna go for that. Because look, the judge, I don't agree with Trump. He can deport me and my family. If you opening yourself up, you open up every citizen in America to be deported out of America. You heard?
Laws in plain understanding they just wasn't following it, just like every other law in America that's in plain that they don't follow. You feel what I'm saying? It's no different from any other one, but we're not woke. We're not into studying law in our community. We're not into reading books. You understand? We don't care about that. Only thing we care about is what new pack of Zod come out, new Balenciagas. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Shit like that.
But yo, get the likes to 100. Y'all tripping up in here, man. This is a great topic. This is great content right here. This is great content, man. Get the likes to 100. Y'all, wow, it was about 300 some people in here already.
Everybody that passed through, man, for real. Word. Salute to everybody that passed through.
The like button too. Hit the like button, man. Help the channel grow. Share the live. This is a great show. And somebody said, imagine being so unprincipled. K. Vaughn Sinclair said, imagine being so unprincipled that you justify the government responding with illegal behavior to illegal behavior. The government is gonna change the law. If they see, if they see that the law that they have is not adequate to meet the times, the government is going to change the law. They're going to say if this law has us losing, and they got these illegals, immigrants, or whoever violating our cities and tearing shit up, they're going to change the law. They're going to change you in their country. This is the whole thing. They're going to change the law.
We. That's not you. That's your people. You understand? You my people. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless if you look at me as your people, you're my people. You feel me? But that's why the world is the way it is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's no love for each other. Ain't no respect, out here, you know? It's crazy, man. To work anyway. On work, but I take that break, get an hour in with us, and we'll jump on. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Salute. Make sure y'all tap in with my brother Smitty and a lot going on TV. Make sure y'all go subscribe. It's all great content. It's all we do. Yo, Locks Ash, unprincipled, lacking, or not based on moral scruples or principles. Unprincipled, lacking or not based on moral scruples or principles. But yeah, bro, I mean, this is an ongoing story. They protesting again today. Um, we gotta just watch, build and be on point of how this can affect everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because, for my last words, I'll give you your last words too, Smitty. The Hispanic people voted overwhelmingly for Trump in the last election. So they voted for mass deportation, and they are getting mass deportation. They got what they asked for. That's the honest facts. That's the facts of this matter right here. That wasn't black people. We didn't do that. Black people voted overwhelmingly against mass deportation at 80% in America. The black vote was against deportation. The Hispanic vote wasn't, and that's what we see right now. That's why Trump is in office, and nobody can be mad at Trump because he's standing on what he ran on. Go ahead, bro. What you got to say? We don't know, and let me tell you something.
Kinda
Yo,
is
look,
over for
Smitty, this is
I
only the
hope
beginning. This is only the Supreme Court gave them the right to deport 500,000 Cubans, bro. 500,000 Cubans, only Cubans. We're not even talking about Mexicans. So you know the effects that's going to have in this country as a whole. You know how many people's about to leave this country, bro? They're about to deport millions of Hispanic people out of this country, bro. Break up millions. It's hundreds of thousands of families that are about to be broken up due to this mass deportation, bro. Now, I don't want to see any families being broken up. I don't never want to see that. You know what I'm saying? And they sending people to other countries. They're not even sending them back to the country they came from. They like, just get out. You going here, y'all group going here. You don't even know where you going. I handle it. Y'all slid up in here illegally. We gonna slide you out wherever we want you to go. You heard?
right.
Get a bus, get a plane from there, and do whatever you got to do from there. But you off this. You off America. You off American soil. And they probably paying some of these other countries to take all these people. Like, yo, here, take them, lock them up, put them in jail. We want you to put all of them in jail, lock them up, and we gonna build in y'all country. We gonna give y'all. Yo, it's sad, bro, but it's real, bro. You heard? It's sad, but guess what? You know what this is gonna do for.
They should have paid attention to how they treated the blacks. They know how they treated the blacks, bro. They gassed us up for like hundreds of years for y'all to think anything about this government is with you. Come on, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Best for the country. If you got a foreign, bro, you got a foreign force. If we got a bunch of illegal people in here that's military age from another country, you know what that is? You bringing troops in from any other country. I'm not just talking about Hispanics at this point. If you bring in any large number of fighting age people, bro, you are endangering your country. You are endangering any country that is, bro. You are endangering your country, bro. These people ain't having that. You're endangering yourself because you don't know. Look what's going on right now. We don't even know where it's going to go. This can turn into a civil war. This can turn. There's so many people here, and they seeing what's going on. Who gonna go to court now? Who going to court now? I got videos of people, ICE agents. The judge, when you go to court, the judge is like, "Yo, listen, this case is dismissed." They saying it's not even. The government is saying it's not even worth seeing these cases no more. You go outside the courtroom, they have pictures of everybody. They got your name, they got your pictures, and they taking your family straight from the courtroom, straight to the bus. Straight from the courtroom, straight to the bus. Nah, your case dismissed. You gotta go. It's time to go. So now all those hardworking people, yo, Kevin, appreciate you. All those hard thanks for the nickel, Kevin. All those hardworking people, I'm gonna read it after I get this thought out. All those hardworking people is gonna do what? You think they going to court now? You think they going to court now? Lisa James, huh? Let me see what Kevin said. Kevin said, FYI, I'm Chicano. It's funny there's rights for Mexicans, but no one cares to go to church on Sunday or raise their kids to play baseball. It's facts, sure.
Yo.
He needs God right now. It's the Hispanics. I mean, we all need God to hold us down. I'm not saying that. But in America, right, got coming to facing to just go to another country. You ain't got no money. You ain't got nothing, bro. You know what that's like, bro? I don't even know what that's like, bro. And you not even going to a country like America that got jobs. They send you to a third world country, bro.
Country somewhere.
Get shot,
Father.
robbed, and killed. This you and your family, they might grab you and your family as soon as you touch down. You heard? It's nasty work out here, man. That's nasty.
You gotta be careful. You already know, man. Like I said, man, they did it to themselves, kind of, putting Trump in that position. But we all did by putting him in that position. Whoever voted for him, you feel me? This was a good one, bro. Definitely a good one, man. Yo, peace and blessings, man. Take care. Yo, man, stop sitting down, man. Fight back, man. Start learning about your community. Start learning about these politics that's going on in your community. In your community. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes just be, you know, they don't care no more, man. And it's a lot of shit going down. Laws is changing every day. We got to be on point about certain shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they just doing what they want out here with us. And everybody acting like they don't see it or they don't care. Everybody keeping a closed eye, turning their face. Man, we got to step it up, man, because in a minute, it's like everybody gonna be walking around here in black and white suits.
King Trump 2028. Trump is about to be the king of America. This is about to be a whole dictatorship.
We need, Henny, that's a fact. Awareness, man. A lot of people is not aware what's going on and shit like that. We need that, man.
Some free checks. They was looking for that employment, and now they just getting deported. You heard? Got what they asked for, man.
Man, you already know Hood Love TV. It's a lot going on. Make sure y'all tap in, hit that like button, and leave a comment. Leave a comment, man. If you feel like something we said was wrong or you didn't agree with it, leave a comment
That's right. Get in the comment section. Get in the comment section. You know what it is.
section. You know how that go.
Tell them to get
Facts.
don't like it, get in the comment section.
Everybody though, y'all already know. Peace and blessings.